Hey, what's going on, everybody? Underdawg MLB here with a new type of video. Today, I'm going to be starting on my list of 30 new legends I want to see in MLB The Show 20. This is going to be split into a 3-part series. Each video is going to be about a certain level or tier of players. And today, I will cover the players that I think could receive maybe up to a 94 or 95 overall Signature Series card, assuming they keep the same Signature Series format for next year. In the next video, I'll be covering the players who could get anywhere from a 95 to 98 card. And in the final video, I'll be talking about the guys who are 100% locks to get 99 overalls. Of course, there are so many legends that the MLB community would want to see, especially 99-worthy players, but I'm going to try to keep it realistic. San Diego Studios is a very small company and has only been able to add around 30 new legends every year, since with each legend comes a large price to be able to use that player's name and likeness. Also, they usually like to have a good balance of really insane new legends like Willie Mays, and then some players who aren't going to be dominating players but still be fun to use, which is why I'm dividing my list into different sections. I think that's all that needs to be said, so let's get right into my list of the 10 lower tier legends that I want to see in MLB The Show 20. The first guy I want to see is going to be Fernando Tatis Sr., obviously the father of Padres stud Fernando Tatis Jr. This is going to be a theme throughout this series because at each tier I'm going to have one player who is a relative of a current MLB player. I just think it would be really fun to be able to play with some more family member combos. Tatis Sr. wasn't really anything special during his time in the bigs, sporting a 101 career OPS plus, with 100 being average. His best year came with the Cardinals in 1999, where he hit .298 with 34 homers and 107 RBIs. During that year, Tatis became the only player in MLB history to hit 2 grand slams in one inning, about the only feat Tatis ever accomplished in his career. He wasn't a great defender, but played at least 15 innings at every position except center field and catcher, which would be great for his Diamond Dynasty card. He also stole 21 bags in 99. I couldn't see Tatis getting much higher than a 90 or 91 overall card. I mainly want to see him because of the connection with Tatis Jr. The next guy I want to see in MLB The Show 20 is none other than Bo Jackson, the best two-sport star in sports history. Jackson never hit for a high average and led the league in strikeouts in 1989, but he had plenty of power, hitting over 20 homers each season from 1987 to 1990, while playing in no more than 135 games in any of those seasons. Jackson also stole 25 bases in back-to-back seasons, but was not a great defender. Jackson probably only gets around a 90 overall card, but would still be a fan favorite and possibly attract some football fans to the game. Relief pitching is probably the shallowest position for legends in MLB The Show, and there are an especially few amount from the late 2000s, so the next two players will both be relief pitchers from that era. Jonathan Papelbon may best be remembered for trying to choke Bryce Harper back in 2015, but he was actually one of the game's most dominant closers during his prime. Papelbon's first 4 full seasons in the bigs were from 06 to 09, where he never had an ERA above 250. 2006 was his best year, where he had an 0.92 ERA and an 0.78 WHIP through 68.1 innings. Papelbon was also a strikeout machine, with his K/9 reaching as high as 13.0 in 2007. Papelbon ended his career with a 2.44 ERA, 368 saves, which ranks 9th all-time, and I could see him getting a 94 or 95 overall card. Joe Nathan became one of my favorite players back in 2012, when he was the closer for my Rangers franchise in MLB 2K12. Nathan had 5 different seasons where he had a sub-2 ERA, including 4 in a 5-year stretch with the Twins from 04 to 08. Nathan also received Cy Young and MVP votes in both 2004 and 2006. Like Papelbon, Nathan had very good strikeout rates and finished his career with 377 saves, putting him one spot ahead of Papelbon on the all-time leaderboard. Nathan could get a 94 overall card as well, and he would likely throw 5 different pitches, which is a great asset in Diamond Dynasty. Alfonso Soriano was the best player on the Cubs when I first started watching them at the start of the 2010s, but he was even better in the mid-2000s. From 2002 to 2008, Soriano was an all-star every year, hit over 30 home runs 5 times, and hit above 280 5 times. In 2006 with the Nationals, Soriano became the 4th player to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases in one season, something no player has accomplished since. Soriano started his career at second base, but moved to left field in 2006, which would be great for Diamond Dynasty as versatility is very useful. The one thing holding Soriano back is his defense. He was okay when he moved to left, but he was an absolutely awful defender when he played second. Soriano could get up to a 94 overall card, and his rare combination of power and speed will be very fun to use in DD. My next wanted legend is first baseman Mark Grace. Grace's calling card was contact and defense, which is not common among first basemen, so he could be a good card for people like me who value contact and vision over power. If you don't know what vision is, it's a stat in MLB The Show that's based on your strikeout and walk rates that determines how big your PCI or hitting zone is. Given that Grace had far more walks than strikeouts in his career, I could see his vision getting close to the maximum of 125. Grace had 9 seasons with a 300 plus batting average, and while he never hit more than 17 home runs in a season, he led the league with 51 doubles in 1995, which could help him get up into the mid-60s in power. To top it off, Grace won 4 Gold Gloves in his career. Grace would be a very untraditional but well-balanced first base card, and I could see him getting a 93 or 94 overall. Jimmy Rollins would definitely be a fan favorite, as he was one of the key pieces of the late 2000s Phillies that won 5 consecutive NL East titles. Rollins was a good contact hitter and had 4 straight seasons of 190 plus hits from 04 to 07. Rollins also played good defense, racking up 4 career Gold Gloves. However, unlike most shortstops, Rollins should have decent power, hitting 30 home runs and 20 triples during his 2007 MVP season. He also finished his career with 470 stolen bases, which included 4 different 40 steal seasons. Rollins could get up to a 92 or 93 overall card, and his switch hitting and his decent power could make him a good budget shortstop. Brian Roberts was a switch-hitting second baseman for the Orioles in the 2000s and early 2010s. He wasn't anything spectacular, but I feel that Orioles fans deserve some excitement with at least one new legend because of, how their team is doing right now. His best year was 2005, where he hit .314 with 18 home runs and a .903 OPS. Roberts never hit above 300 or hit more than 16 home runs in any other season, but he was best known for his speed and defense. Roberts led the league with 50 stolen bases in 2007 and finished his career with a respectable 21 defensive runs saved at second base. He really wouldn't get any higher than a 90 or 91 signature card, but would be cool for Orioles fans to see in the game. Mark Burley would definitely be an interesting legend to see in the game, given his unconventional pitching style. Burley never had an ERA below 3, and his highest K/9 rate was 6.5 in his rookie year of 2000. However, Burley is famous for his 2009 perfect game, one of 23 in MLB history, as well as his 2007 no-hitter. Burley's fastball would probably top out at 90 miles an hour in the game, but he threw a lot of good off-speed pitches and had pinpoint control. Additionally, Burley won 4 straight Gold Gloves from 2009 to 2012, which should boost his overall, but isn't really all that important when it comes to evaluating how good a card is in MLB The Show. Finally, Burley had 14 straight seasons of 200 plus innings pitched, which should help him get a good amount of stamina. Burley would only get a 92 overall card, but it could potentially be a budget beast as a lefty junk baller. The final player on my list of wanted lower tier legends is going to be Carlos Pena. Pena was my very first favorite player when I really started getting into baseball in 2011 and watched the Cubs. Obviously, the Cubs were in the midst of their rebuild at that point and there wasn't much to cheer for, but Pena and his 28 homers that year were just really exciting to me and made me realize why I liked baseball so much. Pena finished in the top 10 in MVP voting in both 2007 and 2008, with his best year coming in 2007. That year he hit .282 with 46 homers, 121 RBIs, and a 1.037 OPS. Pena was no slouch with the glove either, winning a Gold Glove at first base in 2008. Pena could probably get a 91 or 92 overall card, and would be one of the legends that I would personally be most excited about. So those are my 10 lower tier legends that I want to see in MLB The Show 20. Obviously, there are tons of lower tier options for them to put in the game. Let me know in the comments section what lower tier players you want to see in next year's game. I will have a video out in the next couple days talking about the mid-tier legends I want to see in next year's game, so stay on the lookout for that. And otherwise, that should wrap things up for me, so I will see you in the next one.